I didn't know what to think, I didn't know what to do, but before I even had a chance to mess things up, Sarah asked me, "Do you like getting head?"
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a content marathon for you guys, so I really hope you enjoy it. If you don't know already, me and FEEK, we've been having a lot of issues getting demonetized and age restricted on this channel. As some of you may know, animations take a lot of time, energy, and effort. And you know, we put our heart and soul into this stuff, and it's not all about the money. You know, we love entertaining you guys. We love seeing your feedback. But at the end of the day, if we can't get paid, it's just really frustrating, you know? But we're doing our best to try and find a solution so you guys can keep getting animated content. But we've also been trying to find other ways to make content for you guys so that you'll be able to enjoy. If you're into creators like Markiplier, Corey Kenshin, and anyone in the horror gaming space, I personally started a gaming channel. The link to that's gonna be in the description. Even though if you watch a gameplay, I'm literally so close to shitting my pants. If you guys are into that type of thing, I'd love to see you there. The name of the channel is called Where You At Berto. It's just a funny name I came up with because if you don't know, my middle name is Alberto. And then my name's Wyatt, W-Y-A, Where You At. And I took the A-L out of Berto, so it's Berto, Where You At Berto. I don't know, I just want to come up with a cool name. My name's not that cool. Won't take up any more of your time. Let's get right into the video.
Young, dumb, love. Have you ever thought you were in love? No, better yet. Because you thought you were in love, you ignore all the signs about a person who's clearly not right for you. But because you love them, you pretend you're happy and everything's okay. Yes? No? Well, this is a story about that. Me being an idiot because I thought I was in love. So this story starts off my junior year in high school. I was on the basketball team and we were playing an away game against the rival school. Now I don't remember if we won or lost that game, but what I do remember is at some point during the game, I looked over to the bleachers section and I laid my eyes on what I thought at the time was the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. I don't want this to sound like some fairy tale story, but I was young and dumb, and when I tell you it was love at first sight, there is literally no exaggeration. So fast forward after the game, I'm on the bus with the team heading back to our school, and all I could think about was this girl. I didn't know her name. I didn't even know if she went to that school. I only knew what she looked like, but as I was dazing off into my love fairy tale, my teammate Chase interrupted me. "Yo, Wyatt, did you see that girl on the bleachers, bruh?" "Yo, you better not be talking about my girl, cause I already got dibs on her." "Relax, man, I'm just playing, but I saw you staring at her the whole damn game like a weirdo, man. You couldn't have made it any more obvious." So it turns out, just by luck, Chase actually personally knew this girl and told me her name was Sarah. Now that's not her real name, but for the sake of the story, let's just call her that. So he gave me her Instagram, and by my surprise, she was already following me. So now I'm feeling hyped because I'm like, yo, she must already be fucking with me. I'm in there. So I slide in her DMs, and she told me that she saw me eyeing her at the game, but she thought it was really cute. So you know your boy spit that fire, and I had gotten a number. So skip a few days forward, we've been texting non-stop at this point, and I was spending my night at my dad's house, but it was late at night, and I was getting ready to go to bed. But then I got a message from Sarah asking if I was busy. Now I was literally getting ready to tell her goodnight, but something told me I should hold off a little bit and keep this conversation going. So I just texted her back and said, "Nah, what's up?" She pretty much told me that she was sleeping over her friend's house, but her friend wanted to go act like a and go hook up with some random guy she found on Instagram. So she was wondering if she could get dropped off at my house and just hang out with me till her friend was done. Now I didn't think about it at the time, but have you ever heard the term, "you are what you eat"? Or even better, "you are who you hang around"? I had never met Sarah in person, other than the basketball game, I guess, but we'd only been talking for a few days, and she was comfortable enough to come stay at my house after midnight while her friend went and got her cheeks clapped by some random dude. That had to have been a sign that this Sarah girl was also on demon time. But me being completely oblivious at the time, I just said, hey, maybe this was normal and she just needed somewhere to stay. So Sarah gets dropped off at my house. At this point, it's like 2 a.m. and I suggested we watch a movie. Now y'all gotta understand, I was super nervous. This was the girl that made me simp over her just by laying eyes on her. And only a couple days later, she was in my living room cuddled up with me? Watching a movie? What? I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. But before I even had a chance to mess things up, Sarah asked me, "Do you like getting head?" Do I like getting head? Do I like getting head? We're sitting here, it's not even 10 minutes into the movie. I haven't even said more than the sentence, "Do you want to watch a movie?" And the first thing she asked me is if I like getting head? This girl was a different type of monster. But I was too blinded by the idea of her being the next wifey to read the signs that said, yo, maybe this girl isn't wifey material. But it didn't matter because none of that at the time even crossed my mind. I just responded with, "Of course." And she proceeds to ask me, "Would you like some head?" "Why, yes. I thought you never asked, my beautiful lady." Bruh, I never kissed this girl. We hadn't gone on a date. We didn't even get a chance to have a deep conversation. You know, things that normal people that are getting ready to get in a relationship do. But yet, here she was, giving me that gok, double hand twister, teary eyes, cinnamon swirl, toes curling, legs shaking. Call me Poppy Sloppy Toppy 3000. I was in love, and I didn't even know her last name. So after some months, me and Sarah have been hanging out on the regular, and we even got a couple of dates in there. Not that she ever cared to go on any dates, but hey guys, I was a really good guy. And eventually, this girl became my girlfriend. Now I'm sure everybody's thinking the same thing. Yo, you're tripping, bro. But y'all gotta understand, I was the type of guy, I tried to see the good in everybody. Always giving people the benefit of the doubt. Like I literally remember a specific night where me and Sarah were talking about body counts. And she asked me what my body count was. So I told her before her I had only been with 2 other girls, so with her, that made 3. Now as a senior in high school, I feel like 3 bodies isn't even that bad. It doesn't say, hey, I'm a thought, I'll have sex with anything that moves. And it also doesn't say, damn, you haven't had sex yet? Which isn't bad, by the way. You should only do that when you're ready. But the point is, I think that's a pretty reasonable number, for a guy my age at the time at least. But when I asked what her body count was, she just looked at me and said, "If I told you, you probably wouldn't want to talk to me anymore." Dude, what kind of answer is that? Even me at the time was thinking, oh shit, that's definitely not what I wanted to hear, bruh. What? But like I said, always giving people the benefit of the doubt. I looked at her and I said, "It's okay. Don't worry about your past. All that matters is you're working on your future, and we could do it together." And don't let me forget to mention that after I said that, I tried to guess what her body count was. And after I got to number 5 and she still said I wasn't right, I just stopped trying. And then I tried to forget I even asked. All the red flags were right in front of me, and I just couldn't pull myself together to see the truth. Until one day, sometime in the future, I was playing pickup basketball at the gym with FEEK. And after a game, I was complaining to FEEK about Sarah. At this point, me and her had been dating for about a year and some change. And trust me when I tell you, my trust issues were at an all-time high. You see, after being with Sarah for so long, her shady tendencies started to become more and more obvious to me. And a lot of the times, I just felt like she was lying to me about things and the places she was going. But I never had any proof. And again, I was a really nice guy, so benefit of the doubt. I would tell myself I was tripping and I should just trust her because Sarah was my girlfriend. She would never do anything to hurt me. Yeah, right. So I'm complaining to FEEK, and this guy at the gym just can't seem to mind his business. And it was like super obvious that this guy was eavesdropping. So eventually I just confronted him. Yo, bro, you got an issue? Nah, man. I just couldn't help but overhear you were talking about a girl named Sarah? Now, obviously, this wasn't comfort to my ears. How does this random guy at the gym know Sarah? But I had my doubts. So I introduced myself, and he told me his name was Cassio. I pulled out my phone, and I showed him a picture of my girlfriend, Sarah. She was most definitely not your girl. I was heartbroken instantly. But before I could let all my emotions kick in, I looked Cassio dead in the eye. And I said, "Tell me everything you know." This random guy that I met at the gym for not more than 30 minutes literally just walks into my life and told me that my girlfriend was out acting like a thought? How am I supposed to take that? Is this guy a savior? Or did this guy just ruin my love life? I was hurt and confused, but I had to find out the truth. I asked Cassio to tell me exactly what he saw go down. He told me that if he was being honest, there was no way he could know for sure what she did after she left the party, but he did see what happened in the party. I mean, that would be weird if this guy was just stalking a random girl all night. But then again, he was eavesdropping on my conversation, which was already weird. Yeah, maybe this guy is a little weird. But none of that matters. If he had any information about my girl, I needed to know. But pretty much he ended up telling me he just saw her being hella friendly with this guy on the FAU football team. Like, I'm single and I don't have a boyfriend friendly. Cassio said at one point she was even sitting on his lap and laughing. She was probably laughing at me while I was at home thinking about my loyal, loving girlfriend and how we were so happy together and I didn't want to lose her. Yo, fuck this girl. Now, even though I had a strong gut feeling that everything Cassio was telling me was true, if you watched part 1 of this video, you would know that I was a huge simp for this girl, Sarah. And because of that, I would ignore all the thought signs that she was showing me. But this Cassio guy just seemed genuine, a little weird and nosy, but genuine nonetheless. So I wanted to believe him, but I loved this girl. I needed proof. So I told him I couldn't just confront Sarah about this empty-handed. She would just deny it. So Cassio made a suggestion. He told me that the FAU football team held parties every Saturday, and it wasn't his first time seeing Sarah at these parties. And he also knew the guy that Sarah was flirting with that night. His name was Brendan. So he suggested to be my double agent. Literally, like 007 type shit. He wanted to set her up and catch her in the act. At this point, I don't even know what's going on. This was all starting to feel like some type of reality TV show. But fuck it, there was no turning back. I agreed. Special Agent Cassio acquired. So fast forward a couple of weeks and my dog Cassio is so committed, bruh. He was showing up to every FAU party, every Saturday, just to see if she would even show up. Like, bruh, I hardly knew this man, but he was riding so hard for the gang like, yo, that's my dog. But he had been showing up to these parties for weeks. All this relentless partying was starting to weigh on him, especially because Sarah hadn't even shown up. And on my end, I was getting ready to call off the operation. And right when we were about to call it quits, hello? Bro, she's here. And she's not alone. Damn. That's all I could say. My heart felt like it was gonna fall out of my chest. There was almost no words to describe the heartbreak that I was going through, especially when it goes down like this. But I had to snap out of it. The mission was not over. You see, on this particular night, Sarah had told me that she was going to her aunt's house.
Stop the cap.
For a birthday.
Stop the cap.
With her family.
Stop the cap.
And because it was her aunt's birthday, she was going to be spending the night. And she wasn't going to be able to text me, her boyfriend, back very often. I hate girls. So the very first thing I did was text her and asked her, how's everything going? This girl responded with, oh yeah, everything's going great. We're just about to start cutting the cake. She lied. She lied straight to my face. This girl said she was about to cut the cake? More like give up the cake. My blood is literally boiling at this point. I had to see this through though. So I took a few deep breaths, played along, and responded with, great, have fun. I rushed outside, I got straight in my whip, and I was heading straight for the FAU campus. Meanwhile, back on FAU campus, Agent Cassio was about to embark on his second part of the mission. Since he knew Brendan personally, it was his objective to make sure he kept an eye on the situation. They had no idea he was my double agent. Like, yo, we were about to catch them on a real-life episode of Cheaters, bruh.
Gotcha, bitch.
So at this point, I'm like more than halfway to the college campus, and then I get a call from Cassio. Yo, I'm so sorry, man. Brendan just told me that he's about to take Sarah back to his dorm and they're leaving real soon. I can't stall him for much longer, fam. You know how it goes down after this when someone's trying to secure the cheeks. There ain't no stopping him. Bro, I almost crushed the phone in my hand, but there was no time to waste. I pressed the gas so hard I had to have been going 100 miles per hour. The GPS said I had like 20 minutes left, but no cap, I got to the campus in like 5. The boy was going fast and furious in that hoe. Kinda like what Brandon was about to do to my girl. Then boom, Cassio met me outside the dorms, but he just had that look on his face. And then I knew it might have been too late. But I had came way too far to turn back now. Me and Cassio started sprinting to Brendan's dorm, turning corner after corner after corner, then bang! The timing couldn't have been any more perfect. I saw Sarah and Brendan making out right in front of me. I couldn't believe it. But at this point, I wanted to embarrass her as much as she embarrassed me. So with quick thinking, I know she hadn't noticed me down the hall yet. So me and Cassio hid around the corner. I took my phone out and I called Sarah. Hello? Where are you right now? What do you mean? I told you. What's the matter, Sarah? Where are you right now? Nothing's wrong. You're just what, Sarah? I turned my head around the corner. She heard and saw me looking straight at her from down the hall.
Gotcha, bitch.
Her face was priceless. Brandon was also confused. Turns out he didn't even know Sarah had a boyfriend. And luckily, he was actually a good guy. So instantly, he read the situation and understood what went down. And from that point, I didn't really do or say anything. I just left. She knew what she had did to me, and I had lost all my respect for her. So why would I even try and fix or comfort the situation? And after that, I never really spoke to Sarah again. And I know some of y'all might be thinking, damn, why didn't you snap on her? You just gonna let her get off the hook with that? But if I learned anything from the situation is that even if someone does something wrong, doesn't mean you have to stoop down to their level and return the wrongdoing. Overall, it made me a better man. So if you're watching this, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for being a thought.
Snapchat was like the Tinder before Tinder. Probably like the easiest way to talk to girls. You find someone that you think is cute, you follow them, they follow you back, you shoot your shot, they may or may not shoot their shot back. It depends on how ugly you are. But if she responds with a selfie or anything that seems like she might be interested, then maybe, just maybe, you got a shot with her. Maybe. And of course, after some time, you build some confidence, some sauce, and you might even level up to the point where girls start hitting you up first on Snap, which I eventually did. But man, was it a long journey to the top. So one day I got a random snap from this girl, let's just call her Megan. Now Megan is what I would call an all-star. Megan was absolutely beautiful. When I tell you this girl was bad, brown hair, caramel mocha skin, nice pretty smile, slim waist, big butt, but not too big. Just perfect. She was just my type. And she hit me up. I was in love at first sight. But why me? I was skeptical at first because girls like this usually don't make the first move. They probably got millions of niggas in their DMs giving them way more attention than they could ask for. So how did I get her attention? But every dog has his day. And by the looks of it, today was mine. So I responded and we hit it off right away. It was almost like I knew this girl my entire life. The way we connected was unlike anything I've ever had before. So after a while, we started FaceTiming, getting to know each other a little more. And when I tell you this girl was perfect, bro, fine, funny, and she was even down for me. At the time, I didn't even have a car. She would pick me up to go on dates and shit. And she was cool with it. She's the one. That's it. I'm gonna get married, fuck it. So one day I'm chilling with a couple of my friends, and my boy Ant was talking about how him and his girl have been in such a good place. And it made me feel so proud about mine. It's a weird feeling. When you like someone to the point where all you want to do is brag about them to the homies, that's how you really know you're caught up. So I start talking about Megan this, Megan that, and Ant was like, damn nigga, the cat must be outstanding to have you whipped like this. Man, y'all just don't get it. She's the one. Alright nigga, so let's see her then. What do you mean? You don't speak English nigga? I said let's see her. You don't got no pictures of her? Of course I do nigga. Damn. I pulled out my phone and I showed Ant my queen. And his face turned from proud brother to what the fuck am I looking at? Is something wrong? If you think she's ugly or something, you are tripping balls. I've seen the girls you talk to, bro. FEEK. Please don't tell me this is your girl. Of course she is. That's Megan, bro. Yeah, I know. Megan is my girl. Why? Like, do you know her or something? Dude, who doesn't know her? She's for everybody. Everybody. This nigga said the last words I wanted to hear. The words that probably sunk the motherfucking Titanic. Who doesn't know her? She's for everybody. Look, I don't know for sure because I haven't seen anything myself, but I've heard that she's been around. Like around or like just like around? Like around, bro. I wouldn't get my hopes up if I was you. Now you know you down bad when you start trying to convince yourself that there's something good in a bad situation. Ant is literally telling me to my face that my girl is a thought, and he had no reason to lie, but just because he didn't have proof, I'm already making excuses for it. Nah, man. Megan is a good girl. Like, we've been talking for like some months now, and she would have told me, like, if she was a whore or something. Like, I trust her, and I know she wouldn't lie to me, bro. Whatever, man. I mean, that's all you. Some time had passed since that conversation with Ant, and me and Megan were still good. I was still low-key insecure about the whole situation about being a whore or whatever.
Whore?
But I never brought it up to Megan because I hadn't felt this good about anyone in a long time. I didn't want to risk the chance of ruining our whole relationship over some rumors that had no real substance behind it. We were good, so I was good. One day I had a small performance. This was back when me and Wyatt first started making music, and we were doing small shows around the city whenever we could. So after the show, I get a text from this girl that I went to high school with. Let's just call her Jaylene. Now me and Jaylene were cool, but we weren't super close. It was one of those friendships that didn't leave the classroom. So I was surprised when she texted me. And then my heart sank to my ass when I read the message. I don't know if you know, but my boyfriend told me that his homeboy fucked Megan last week. Hold up, what? Megan? What the fuck? No. This can't be right. My body was literally shaking how furious I was, but I still didn't believe it. This is just another random person trying to paint Megan as someone she's not. Fuck that. So I called Jaylene.
Hello? What's all this shit you talking about with Megan?
FEEK, I already told you. My boyfriend told me that his friend fucked Megan last week. That's not possible. I was with her every single day last week. So tell your nigga friend whatever the fuck to stop lying about his little pee-pee.
He wouldn't lie about that.
He said it was on Sunday. I was with her on... Mid-sentence, my entire body went numb. I could feel my chest caving in from the very real possibility Jaylene might be telling the truth, because I remembered that Sunday was the only day last week that me and Megan didn't hang out. Was it possible that the love of my life has been lying to my face this entire time, hiding behind that pretty face and fake smile? Megan, why? You were supposed to be the one.
Yo, Fiki, you good?
Just take me home, man. After I was alone, all the emotions started hitting me at once. Like, I loved this girl, but my close friend Ant warned me about her. And then Jaylene tells me this craziness, which just seemed so out of Megan's character. But my friends had no reason to lie to me, and this couldn't just be a coincidence. It was time to confront her. So I called Megan and I asked her to meet me at this park in my neighborhood. She agreed. Once we saw each other, I could tell that she knew my energy was just completely off. But she tried to play it off like she didn't even notice. To me, that was already a bad sign. Megan, what's up, babe? I missed you. How you been? What were you doing last Sunday? What do you mean? I asked you a question. What were you doing last Sunday and where were you at? Why are you even asking me that? That was all I needed to hear. I still didn't have any proof, but right then and there, I felt a whole different energy coming from Megan. It was almost sinister. She's gonna play dumb, and at the very least, if she was innocent or wanted to lie about it, she would've just turned it down, but instead, she answered my question with a question. So then I just started snapping. Why can't you just answer the question? This isn't no game of Jeopardy. Where were you Sunday night? I'm not about to go back and forth with you. Do you not trust me? Do I trust you? Does this girl think I'm fucking stupid? I'd look stupid. I must look stupid. I can't do this. I looked Megan in her eyes and I told her I don't know. There were just too many red flags, and it was obvious that she was not going to be straight up with me. She said that maybe we shouldn't be talking, and I said maybe we shouldn't. After that point, she became a whole different person, and I saw an entirely different side of her. Or maybe that's just who she really was the whole time. I never really found out what happened that Sunday, but that wasn't the end of my troubles with Megan. It was only the beginning.
Have you ever done something that you probably weren't supposed to be doing, and then right after, you feel instant regret? Yeah, me too.
Oh, you nasty ass.
The point is, I've done bad things, but that doesn't make me a bad person.
That's exactly what it means.
This one takes place back in middle school. It was a special time for me. Probably one of the best years of my life, because I was definitely down to do stupid shit. And dumb shit makes good memories. There was this girl, and her name was Jade. If I had to describe her, she was a quiet girl. She kept to herself, a little shy, but at the same time had a bright personality, and she was cute. She checked off all the boxes, just a great girl all around. Jade had a crush on me. No one told me, but I knew it. Dog, it was like one of those situations where I would tease her almost every day in class. But you know, not in a mean way or anything, in a cute way. And her reaction would always be her trying to act mad, but she wasn't mad. It's actually a proven fact that girls like dickheads. Treat them like shit, and they'll do a split on your dick. You don't believe me? Just ask this guy.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fast forward to class one day, and we were in Miss Tootsie's class. Now, Miss Tootsie was one of those lit teachers, but not by choice. She was way too nice. She couldn't control the class for shit. And the crazy part was she never wanted any of the students to get in trouble. And I'm not a principal or anything, but if you let 13 and 14-year-old kids smell weakness in your teaching, we will dominate you. When I tell you we could literally do anything we wanted in that class, I mean anything.
Now to a brawl breaking out at a South Florida high school. The video was posted online and it is now going viral.
Puts that student into a headlock before both eventually fall to the floor.
Now this was perfect for me because I spent all of my time in class either daydreaming about Jade or actually messing with her. Because again, I already knew she liked me. But today, today, Jade was looking beautiful. I don't even remember what she did differently. I was 14 at the time. Maybe she put her hair in one of those messy buns. I mean, even to this day, I like when girls do that. I don't know, but it was more than enough for me to start planning my life out with her. I could see it now. Jade Walker. Giving her my last name and all. Fucking beautiful. But y'all know how that middle school love goes. You hell-bent over the fact that this shit gonna be forever. Meanwhile, shit only lasting a week and y'all broke up because you cut her in the lunch line. Needless to say, I made up my mind. I was gonna ask Jade to be my girlfriend. Hey. Hey. What you doing? I'm just, working on some schoolwork. Oh, nice. What do you want, Wyatt? Oh, nothing. I'm just, thought you looked really cute today. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Want to be my girlfriend? What did you say? Nothing, forget it. The answer's yes.
My nigga.
Yo, I'm in a relationship now. Everything was different. Jade is my significant other. So now we're in the back of the class just talking about how we were about to spend the rest of our lives together. The weird thing was, me and Jade literally have never had a real genuine conversation before. Again, 13 and 14 years old. Our relationship was built off of teasing each other in class. So the fact that we were so infatuated with each other, it's pretty insane. But yeah, even at that age, your boy was about that action. I was trying to get some. And no, I'm not talking about sex. Y'all crazy as shit. I was in 6th grade.
Nasty ass.
Kissing a girl at that age was the equivalent of me bagging the cheeks at my age now. And on the first day of dating, if I was able to pull this off, I'd probably go down as one of the smoothest 6th graders to grace this planet. Jade, since we're like official now, I was wondering if you've ever, kissed a guy before. No, I haven't. I see. Well, do you want me to be your first kiss? Maybe, like only if you're ready. I don't want to like move too fast or anything. Meanwhile, everyone in the class started to realize something was about to go down. People started surrounding me and Jade almost as if there was a school fight. All eyes were on us. Why? Everyone's looking. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. Don't worry about it, baby. Just focus on me. We slowly started to lean in, and this moment felt so magical. And then it finally happened. We locked lips. Bruh, what the fuck is going on? This girl almost fucking killed me. I went in for a smooch, you know, an extended pop kiss. Jade literally, no exaggeration, stuck her entire tongue down my throat. Holy shit, I felt like I was deep throating this girl's tongue. No man should ever have to experience something going that deep down their throat. Unless that's like your thing and you...
By the way, you're gay.
Her tongue was like that one girl from Instagram that got that long Alien vs Predator, John. That shit is not from this earth, bro. I was gagging and gasping for air at the same time. She was getting into it and grabbing the back of my head and shit. This bitch is trying to kill me. Finally, I mustered up the strength and yanked this girl off of me. What? What's wrong? Is everything okay? Is everything okay? What's wrong with you? You almost killed me! The entire class is watching, and I can start to feel her embarrassment. She literally just told me she's never kissed anyone else before. And it was clear that she was nervous. And I got that, but I don't know. I was so traumatized, all I could think was, this girl just tried to kill me. And I don't know what got over me, bruh.
何をしてる？立てよ父さん。忘れたのか？何をしにここに来たのか？復権派の仲間にダイナに進み続けるんだ。死んでも死んだ後も父さんが始めた物語だろう。
Jade, you long-tongued evil bitch! I'm breaking up with you! Cause I can't be with no girl that can't kiss! Damn. That was fucked up. Jade's entire face turned so red, that shit started to look purple. And then she exploded into tears and ran out the classroom. Holy shit, I have never seen such sadness in my life before. Why did I do that? And why did I do that in front of the entire class? She did not deserve that shit. Lunchtime came around and I felt absolutely terrible. I had random people coming up to me all day, some making fun of her and some defending her, saying I was a piece of shit, which I was. It wasn't right away, but one day I actually built up the courage to apologize to her, and she didn't accept my apology. She actually told me she hated me and she never wanted to speak with me again. Rightfully so. Thankfully though, by the time we graduated middle school, she was over it. We even shared a dance together at the 8th grade prom. That was nice. Moral of the story, just because you did something bad doesn't make you a bad person. But at the very least, definitely try to be mindful of the people's feelings around you, or else you might say something or do something that might turn you into someone that you can't take back. And that's all for this story. If you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, join the Big 340 Gang family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
In 2023, it feels like there's a huge gap between the women and the men. It's really unfortunate. It almost feels like the alpha male coalition is at war with the feminists. And honestly, there's a lot of different reasons behind that. But for this particular video, I want to circle in on the fact that some women seem to have this agenda to expose men for virtually nothing. I know you guys seen those gym videos of girls purposely doing the most and just dying for some guy to look in her direction, just to catch them on camera and expose them for being a creep because he has eyeballs. Maybe he wasn't looking at your voluptuous booty and was just genuinely trying to figure out why you were staring at him with a camera in his face. I'm just saying, not all guys are horny meatheads. Some people are just trying to get their workout in. With that being said, for my women out there that have truly been harassed by men, forced into situations you were uncomfortable in, unfortunately, I feel your pain. I too have been harassed by a man. This story takes place back in 2018. Back then I was working out more often. I don't know why I stopped, but let's just say I had a gym phase. I was trying to get swole for the ladies, and it wasn't working at all. But one day, after working out, me and Wyatt decided to play some pickup basketball. And I kinda enjoy playing basketball even though I sucked. And I'm talking terrible. I probably got like 3 good dribbles in me before I'm hitting the ball off my feet. I could probably give Shaquille O'Neal a run for his money for worst shooter ever. I'm that bad. So when I play, my goal is to just make sure who I'm guarding doesn't score. And it works! So after running a few games, one of the dudes I was playing with, let's just call him Wilson, walked up to me and invited me to a hoop sesh.
Oh, there's stuff out there today. You play ball often?
Kinda-ish.
Man, I was impressed. I just wanted to invite you to this open gym on Saturday. We're gonna have some good runs with some of my boys if you want to slide.
All I could think in my head was, damn, I really tricked this man into thinking I was good at basketball. My impersonation of a basketball player is immaculate. So to keep up my hoop dream nigga facade, I said, yeah, for sure. We exchanged numbers and he sent me the info. And I left knowing damn well I wasn't going. Ain't no way I'm about to expose myself for being trash. Eventually Saturday came along and he called me asking if I was gonna pull up. I told him some random BS reason why I couldn't go. And that's when he told me,
It's all good, bro, but I peeped you've been putting out music. That's pretty cool.
yeah, thanks, I appreciate it.
This is a little off topic, but I've been writing some stuff myself. Not to be weird or anything, but you mind checking it out?
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Just send it over. I'd love to see what you cooking. So we get off the phone, and I don't know why, but I thought this man was going to send me some music. But I was surprised to see he sent me poems. I'm talking to be or not to be type shit. Now, just out of respect, I'm not going to read his poems because I don't want to put anyone else's art out there that was sent privately. But there was this one part that caught my attention, and it said, "Don't be ashamed of your truth." I wonder what he means by that. Does he know I'm a fake baller? Probably not. Now, after reading very literally the longest poem I have ever seen in my life, I can honestly say them shits sucked. But he did say he just started, so I was sure he would get better. Hopefully. But I didn't have the energy to lie to this nigga. So I didn't respond and just kept it pushing. I wasn't close with this guy. He was just some random nigga I met at the gym. So I didn't think much of it. So I was kind of surprised when a couple days later I got a random text from Wilson. Oh my god, if this guy sends me another poem. He was saying that him and a couple of his homies were about to go watch a movie, Superfly. And even though I was kind of thrown off by this guy wanting to hang out with me so bad, I actually did want to see the movie. Wilson seems like a cool guy, genuine, I think. And his friends are probably cool, hopefully. Ah, fucking, I'm not doing anything anyway. And tell me why I pulled up to the movie theater mad confused when I saw him standing at the front all by himself.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Yo, what's up? Where's everyone?
Yeah, everyone flaked, so it's just you and me tonight. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, man, it's whatever. I'm not even tripping. I just really wanted to see this movie for real.
Yeah, man, me too. It's kind of like we on a date or something.
Pause.
That was a good one, right? I'm just pulling your third leg. We just two bros about to get down together.
Yeah, I guess. Let's just go buy the tickets. Obviously, I laughed it off, but this is when I started to feel a different type of vibe from Wilson. I know you shouldn't judge people, and I genuinely wasn't trying to, but all of a sudden, I couldn't help but feel like something else was going on here. But I didn't listen to my gut, and I was not about to judge this guy off of one weird comment, even though it was a really weird comment. I'm a guy, and I've said some questionable jokes before. We all have. Yeah, right? This guy just has a questionable sense of humor. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So we're watching the movie, and I wanted to say it was good, but I really couldn't enjoy that shit because every 2 seconds, this man kept trying to talk to me with his hot ass breath, just all in my face. Dude was explaining every scene to me, as if I didn't just watch that shit. Bro, I'm sitting right here with you. I saw everything that happened, but what was really bothering me, it's like his face was getting closer to mine.
Did you see that part? I like that part. You want some popcorn?
What is with this guy? Nobody ever taught this nigga about personal space? The movie finally finished, and I was saying bye to this man. I put my hand out to dap him up, and Wilson hugged me. And I'm not talking about one of them dap up back tap hugs that you give to your homies. I'm talking hugging your girl goodbye type of hug. I pushed this man off me so fast.
I'm sorry, man. You good?
Yeah, man. My mom just texted me and I just gotta go, bro. I'm on my way home and I think to myself that might have been the weirdest interaction I've ever had with another man. Why was this guy so persistent in trying to hang out with me? And why the hell was he leaning on me damn near the whole movie? And then he hugged me goodbye? And for those of you watching, I'm assuming you're already reading the signs, but I just couldn't believe it. Ain't no way in hell some dude was looking at me and thought I got down like that. Like, ain't nothing wrong with getting down like that, but I don't get down like that. So my brain couldn't comprehend the possibility someone looking at me thinking I got down like that. That wasn't possible. Or so I thought. A week later, Wilson hit me up again and said,
Hey, I was wondering if you want to go to another movie with me. I hope you say yes.
With this emoji! And that's when it hit me. All the signs pointed in one direction, and that direction was filled with all the colors of the rainbow. That's when I realized Wilson wasn't a weirdo. Wilson was playing for the other team. I was tricked, bamboozled, swindled. He was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wilson really tried to reverse psychology riz me up. Mans told me we were going to hang out with the boys, just to find out he wanted me to be his boy toy. All I could think to myself was, damn, this how it feels to be a woman? I literally was finessed into a situation where I didn't feel comfortable and chose to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. The fact that he wasn't straight up about his intentions from the beginning genuinely pissed me off. He could have asked me if I got down like that and I would have told him I don't get down like that. But he didn't give me the chance. That day at the basketball court, I wasn't playing good defense. Wilson was pushing up on me and having his way with me. Then finessed my number and even sent me a poem. A damn haiku about love, bruh. At the movies, he wasn't talking in my face. He was trying to kiss me or something. I never responded to Wilson again after that. I have no problem with people that play for the other team. I have friends that play for the other team. Wow, I really sound like the white people that say, I'm not racist, I have black friends. But all I'm saying is, as long as they don't try anything on me, we're good. But he crossed that line, and I didn't even know. And now I have to live for the rest of my life knowing that if someone ever asked me if I've ever been on a date with a man, technically, I have to say yes.
As a man, it's in our DNA to be somewhat territorial over the things we love and possess. We can't help it. We don't like sharing. This might be because we all have a little alpha in us. Like it or not, we want to be the man. We want to be the best. For example, in the wild, the leader of the wolf pack from time to time will be challenged by another male of the pack if he thinks he caught the leader slipping. And this will result into a battle to prove who's truly most fit to be the leader of the pack. The winner shall take the throne, while the loser, well, things don't really work out so well for him. He is banished from the pack to fend for himself, and in some cases, death. I think this parallel can be compared to human beings, although in most cases I'd like to think we wouldn't battle to the death, even though that used to be a thing.
This is Sparta!
But my point is, as a man, we are in constant competition with other men around us. We must be strong, because there's always another guy just lurking in the shadows, waiting desperately just for an opportunity to take what you believe to be yours. It is very literally a dog-eat-dog world, and sometimes the fear of losing something you love, or in my case, someone, that can turn into jealousy. And I had to learn that the hard way. Let me introduce you to my first real girlfriend, Willow. That's not her real name, but for the sake of the story, that's what we'll call her. How me and Willow got together is a story for another day, but we pretty much have been dating all summer 2011, getting ready to enter our freshman year of high school together. Now, one of the biggest issues me and Willow had in our relationship was we just didn't really spend that much time together outside of school. Some of y'all might be able to relate to this. It was that kind of relationship where school was pretty much the only time I got to hang out with her. And if I'm gonna call a spade, this was mainly because I was black. Now I know what you're thinking, but let me explain. I don't really think Willow's mom and dad were outright the R word. At least not extremely, right? But I had to face the fact that I don't think at the time they were too fond of the idea of me dating their daughter because, you know. And she knew this, but at 14 years old, there's only so much sneaking around you could really do. Neither of us could drive.
Oh my God! Turn away or stop! The brakes!
We both played sports, different ones at that, so our after school time was very limited. So as a result, we just became that couple that literally would go to the bathroom in class just to hang out for like 5 minutes in the hallway. Now just to be clear, very clear, we were not that type of couple. You know the ones where they just make out profusely as if they're never gonna see each other again? Like bruh, get a room. You're literally making everyone around you feel uncomfortable. But you get the point. I really liked Willow. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the fact that we had to put so much effort just to see each other, but it made my emotions heightened. The best way I could explain it is I think I became infatuated with the thought of being with her, because even though she was my girlfriend technically, so much of our relationship was left up to my imagination. Nonetheless, things were good until one day. David showed up. David was the new kid. He transferred here from another school, and you already know how these girls get with new kids. I don't really have much of a backstory on this guy, but all I do know is I hated this nigga. Why? Because coincidentally, David ended up getting 3 of the same classes with Willow. One of them being the only class I had with her. And in that class, the teacher sat him right next to her. They played the same sport together, so they spent a lot of time after school. And of course, coincidentally, he ended up in the same friend group as hers. Who does this guy think he is? And I don't want to sound like a hater, but I just couldn't stand this smirk he always had on his face. Like, every time I saw him, I just wanted to knock him out. You ever met someone that just had a punchable face? That was David. Now, for being honest, looking back, more than half of those things were completely out of his control, right? But at the time, I just couldn't help but think, this guy has his eyes set out on Willow. He's trying to bag my bitch. Time passed, and obviously, they started to become friends. Now, most girls are gonna have guy friends. It's normal. As long as you stay secure and confident, most times your girl's gonna feed off of that energy and stay 10 toes down. Unless she's like missing a toe or something, then, 9 toes is the best she got. But this is where I went wrong. Here I am struggling to see my own girlfriend in school, much less outside of school, and this random dude just comes out of nowhere and is spending all of his time with her, my girl. And I'm sure her parents would just be so much more fond of him over me. I'm not sure why though. How could I not start to feel jealous? I think anyone in this position would start to feel a little jelly, at least a little bit. So one day, I just couldn't take it anymore, and I confronted her about it on one of our little bathroom dates. Hey, babe. Hey, is everything okay? Your message kinda gave me some stressed out vibes. I just want you to be honest with me. Of course. What's going on? Is there anything going on between you and David? What? David? Of course not. We're just friends. Why would you even think that? I don't know. I just can't shake the feeling that you guys have been getting closer, and sometimes I feel like our relationship feels stagnant. I just really don't want to lose you, Willow. Wyatt, I love you. You don't have to worry about losing me. Just trust me. And there it was. She said exactly everything I needed to hear. They were just friends, and I was just an emotional, overthinking teenager. And if I'm being honest, after that conversation, I felt a lot better. Did I still very much dislike David? Yes. But I had to trust that Willow was telling me the truth. Yeah, okay. So maybe only a couple weeks had passed since that conversation, and on my end, nothing's changed. I still hardly saw my girl, and she was still hanging out with David every day. It honestly was pissing me off, if I'm keeping it a stack. But all those negative emotions, I just kept them bottled up deep inside, because someone I love and trusted looked me in my face and told me everything was Gucci. So no matter how much my gut was telling me otherwise, I had to keep it together, which I was doing a pretty good job if you ask me. But there's only so much a nigga can handle. So me and Willow had different lunch periods. I had lunch at 11 a.m. and she had hers at 12 p.m. What I didn't know was David also had lunch at 12. So you're telling me for the past few months, it's possible this guy has been with my girl, caked up for a whole hour a day, unannounced? I had to know the truth. Ain't no way I could let that slide without knowing. So I did the only logical thing. I skipped class. I'm going to 12 p.m. lunch. And lo and behold, who did I see sitting right next to Willow having a jolly good old time? You guessed it, David, the fucking man. Bruh, I'm heating up. And I could see them from the angle I was watching, but they couldn't see me. And all I wanted to do was storm over there and go off on this guy. But I knew them sitting together at lunch wasn't enough proof to prove anything. I couldn't give that type of reaction. I needed to catch them in the act. So with quick thinking, I pulled up my phone and started texting Willow straight off impulse. And I asked her, who are you with right now? Bruh, tell me why I dead ass watched this girl pick up her phone, text me back, me and the girls. Why are you asking? Oh no, holy. Then as she puts her phone down, with the quickness, continues to have what seems to be the best conversation she's ever engaged in. You would have thought he was the Joker and she was Harley Quinn the way he had my girl laughing, bruh. She lied to me. Now I need vengeance. I couldn't trust her anymore, but the simp in me still wanted to believe there was nothing going on. And for all I knew, technically there wasn't. But why did she lie? Lord, please forgive me for this next part. I walked over to Willow's lunch table, and when I tell you I went off, bruh, I went off. I just started blurting out the most hurtful things I could possibly think of. I was going crazy. If I would have just called her a thought to her face, be gone, fuck! That would have been the nice way to go about it. But compared to the things I said, holy, I think the devil himself might have handpicked a spot in hell for me. I trusted you, and you cheating on me in front of everyone with this guy? You literally making me look like an idiot. What is wrong with you? Wyatt, what are you talking about? I can't hold a conversation with another guy? You're being ridiculous. Ridiculous? How am I being ridiculous? Look at his face. His face is ridiculous. He's just loving this shit. Can't you see what he's trying to do to us?
Gotcha.
After this incident, there was no going back. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I embarrassed her and myself. And from that day forward, the trust issues were just unbearable. Eventually, enough was enough, and she broke up with me. And it wasn't long after until she started dating David. This story takes place my last year in middle school, 8th grade, and like many others, this is around the age when women start to become the main focus of any young man's mind. I know my fellow brothers out there know what I'm talking about. It's almost as if something switches in our brain. Nothing else matters in life, except the fact that as a man, we have a plethora of women who like us. Or at the very least, we want the girl that we like to like us back. Mostly so we could brag to the homies, cause let's be honest, we all felt a little insecure about our love interests at the time. Everybody wants to feel like the man, and that homie street cred is very valuable. Now even though I've had my fair share of L's when it came to women, as many of you know, I fell in love with a thought, part 1 and 2. She doesn't want you, bro. Talking about me, of course. Oh, and let's not forget, he's just a friend, she said. All terrible stories about how I got played like a chump from women. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, I've taken L's too, my nigga, when it comes to these women. Now my homie at the time, Devontae, he was a whole different story. Now that's not his real name, but for the sake of the story, that's what we're gonna call him. Now the thing about Devontae was, if I'm gonna call a spade, and I ain't even trying to hype this nigga up and suck him off or nothing. Pause. All the hoes love this man. Like if you walked up to any girl at our school at the time and asked them who they thought the cutest boy was, this nigga is gonna be in their top 3 at least. This man was dating an 8th grader back when he was in 6th grade. That's some impossible shit to pull off, no cap. And he also played basketball, but he was the best player on the team. And did I mention this nigga was 6'3" in fucking middle school, bro? That off-rip made this nigga an NBA prospect. He had the hoes lining up drooling over him like it was a goddamn Magic Mike show. Now let me stop stroking his cock. Pause. But he had what y'all call the unspoken riz. Then there was me. Poor me. I wasn't that bad, but because, as I mentioned before, I had a long list of L's when it came to women. But the difference was, I had strength in numbers. For every 20 girls that curved me and played my shit, I had at least 2 or 3 that actually rocked with me, which was pretty good numbers. I earned my women. I also played basketball, and yeah, I wasn't the best player on the team, but I was still in the starting 5 and did my thing. So that alone qualified for a couple of gym badges in the ladies' books. And I was always into shoes and fashion, so I dressed better than these niggas anyway. The L's made me into a stronger man, a more confident man. So while Devontae was able to pull any girl he wanted without any real effort, I was still considered a high-value male in my school because I put the work in. Confidence truly is key, so for all my ugly brothers out there, don't worry, you still got a real shot at bagging her. Just get you a sense of humor and some confidence and you'll be alright. So if it wasn't clear already, even though me and Devontae were cool friends for all of our middle school years, we pretty much had what you would call a friendly rivalry. He was low-key jealous of my confidence and ambitious nature, while I was jealous of how naturally talented he was at everything. It really felt like we were on some Naruto and Sasuke shit. So fast forward to the last day of 8th grade year. It was an early morning and I was just waiting for class to start, just chilling at the breakfast table in the cafeteria. Devontae pulls up with this smirk on his face. What the hell are you smiling about?
Oh, nothing. Miranda just been all over me lately.
Wait, my Miranda?
There's only one Miranda in the whole school, dude.
Why would you try and hook up with my Miranda? You know me and her had a thing last year.
It's the last day of middle school. We probably ain't never gonna see most of these girls ever again, so stop tripping. Might as well. Have some fun, nigga.
Now my initial thought was, this nigga Devontae is a slime ball. But before my anger could truly process, I realized he kinda had a point. Alright, so I guess you wouldn't mind if I hooked up with your ex Ariana, cause she's been eyeing me all gym class.
Ariana wouldn't get with you even if she tried.
Are you sure? She was texting me last night, and them things say otherwise, my boy.
That don't even matter because the matter of the fact is, you know I get more girls than you.
And you know that's cap. Girls only like you because you're a little pretty boy, and they always leave you in the end because they realize you're not man enough to keep them.
Wanna prove it then?
Just say the word.
No cheating, no BS. Whoever can kiss the most girls by the end of the school day has the best riz.
Say less. We shook hands and agreed on probably the most degenerate fuckboy challenge in the history of slime balls. The clock was on. I was officially on the hunt, trying to seek out my prey. I knew realistically I was at a disadvantage because there was probably a lot more girls in the school that genuinely had a crush on Devontae, but where I knew I had him beat was I had a lot more genuine relationships with girls where I felt like I could smooth talk them into liking me. The only problem was, due to the nature of this challenge, my intentions probably would come off more manipulative. But there was no way in hell I was gonna let this light skin win. I was down for anything. And then there she was, my first target, Becca. This was a girl I'd walk to class every day and we would have those cute little flirty conversations. She would always call me her best friend and kiss me on my cheek. But I always knew I could take it there if I really wanted to. So I'm holding her hand and walking her to class and, why are your hands so sweaty? I don't know. I think you might just be making me a little nervous today. Why would you be nervous all of a sudden? You just look so beautiful today. I just can't help it. WYATT, stop! Boom! Right then and there, I knew I had her. When a girl says no, no means no. When a girl says stop, stop means stop. But when a girl says, oh my God, stop, looking you in your eyes, begging for more, skin as red as a tomato, blushing because you just made her little insides get the butterflies. Oh yeah, you win there, my boy. So finally we get to her class. I gave her a hug, looked down into her soul while she was looking up at me, and I did the deed. First kiss secured, gang. This was actually easier than I thought. And after that, I had the confidence I needed to secure the W. Next, I had this one girl named Augustina, who I had already been hooking up with on and off when we had little movie dates on the weekend. So getting her to kiss me behind the bleacher honestly wasn't hard at all. So as I'm walking to class, I take my phone out to text Devontae, trying to get my bragging rights off, just for him to respond with,
Keep celebrating your little 2 points, because I already got 4 in the bag.
I don't know what type of game this man was running, but it didn't matter. He had 4 points in the same time I only had 2. I needed to step my game up. How could I out-riz this man? I didn't have enough time to smooth talk every girl that I came in contact with. I needed easier wins. For all my ladies watching, please forgive me. Remember, I was in 8th grade, and this was just degenerate behavior. I picked up my phone and started typing the message that said, "Hey, I've been meaning to tell you this for a while, but I've always really liked you, and for some reason, I kind of got the vibe that you liked me as well, and since today's the last day of school, I'm not sure if I'll ever get another chance, but I really wouldn't mind giving you a kiss goodbye." And then I sent it to every girl that I had as a contact in my phone that went to my school. I know, it just sounds stupid, but I didn't know what came over me. I didn't want to lose to Devontae no matter what. I was literally willing to risk it all. As I sat in class, nervous as fuck, because if all these women curved me, that alone would completely destroy my self-esteem. Getting curved by one girl you like is one thing, but sending a mass message confessing your love to get passed up by every single one, that could break a man. But to my surprise, the opposite happened. My phone started blowing up one by one as girls started to tell me they always had a crush on me as well, and they wouldn't mind kissing me goodbye either. Oh shit, this might actually work. I'm setting up appointments behind the bleachers, the school bathroom, stalls, skipping class, going to different lunches just to meet up with girls left and right, racking up kisses. So I'm walking over to the school water fountain to link up with this girl, let's just call her Kiki, and as I'm leaning in to kiss her, at the corner of my eye, I see my first girl, Becca, making out with Devontae. Now, given the situation, this is technically fair game, but unlike most of the other girls that I got with today, I actually did have a crush on Becca, and she kissed me this morning. So I couldn't help myself and I blurted out, "Hey yo, Becca, what are you doing?" "Oh shit, why? It's not what it looks like."
Nigga, why are you cock blocking right now? Wasn't you just about to get with Kiki?
Wait, what? You and Becca are a thing? No, I told you, I like you, Kiki. Wait, you like Kiki? Then why did you kiss me this morning? You kissed Becca this morning?
And Austina, Sarah, Lily, Sammy, Carla, Carly, and Jenny.
Bruh, you're acting like you didn't kiss 8+ girls today too.
Frick! Oh yeah, I did do that.
And this moment, Kiki and Becca's faces turned so red and so angry, I didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. They backed me and Devontae into a corner and just started going off on us. They started causing so much commotion, random people in the school started surrounding us like it was a fight. And naturally, more and more girls that we hooked up with today started to realize what was going on. It was pointless to try and defend ourselves. It was getting so bad that some of the girls started even fighting each other. Bro, I think we might have taken this too far.
I think you might be right.
What do you think we should do?
I mean, there's still a couple of girls I haven't got to look up yet, so I'm probably hitting them up and trying to...
Are you an idiot? The challenge is over. None of that shit matters anymore.
My bad. You right.
I stood up shameless and got ready to take on what we started. And I yelled out to everyone, "Stop! Just look! This was all just some stupid challenge that me and Devontae started between each other. And it was completely wrong, and none of you guys deserve this. We're both sorry, and I know you guys are gonna hate us forever, but don't take it out on each other." With perfect timing, the bell rang for the next period, and all the girls just went their separate ways and didn't even say a single word. To be honest, I didn't really know how they felt about the situation because right after that day, it was summer and I never really saw most of those people again. Me and Devontae stayed cool, I guess, but our friendship was never the same after that. And for most part, the situation just taught me a valuable lesson that it's never worth ruining relationships with people you actually care about just to prove a point to someone who doesn't actually care about you that much. We were really young, so in retrospect, none of this shit really even mattered, but I guess it was still a great lesson nonetheless. Why, what's my favorite color? Purple. Are you serious? Wow, I just can't believe you. We've been dating all this time and you can't even get my favorite color right? Yo, what are you talking about? That is your favorite color. No, it's not. What is it then? Violet.
And who the hell are you texting? I'm just playing Fruit Ninja on my phone. You must be playing one of your other hoes.
Babe, can I ask you a question? Yeah, sure, what's up? So if I got in a car accident and then ended up in a coma for like 10 years and then woke up, but then got hit by a train because I chased a duck into a railroad, then died, then got brought back to life with the Dragon Balls, and in that time you somehow ended up with like another girl and got married and then had 3 kids, would you like still be with me? You would leave her for me, right?
What is wrong with this girl?
Yo, babe, are you serious? Why did you do that? I just had a dream that you were hooking up with another girl. And who the hell is she? I can't believe you cheat on me. Babe, you just said that was your dream. You're a liar. I knew all niggas were the same.
Baby, are you okay? I'm fine. Are you sure? I literally just said I'm fine. All right, damn, my bad.
A few minutes later.
I just think it's funny how
His first victims, he dragged them into a ditch and then stabbed them to death. Then chopped up their bodies into little pieces with a kitchen knife and then drank their blood.
Oh my god, babe, isn't this show so good?
Finally, I got my hoodie. I've been waiting for this thing all month. This shit cost me my whole last paycheck.
I absolutely not really love women. I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for. I would never let a woman pay for a bill. If someone touched any of my women, I would stand up against 10 men by myself and risk my life to protect her. I believe that women are beautiful creatures.
Wow, that was pretty inspiring. This makes me want to be a better man for my woman now. Wow, you're really listening to Andrew Tate? You know he hates women, right? When I was younger, I like to think that I was a good kid, you know? Like, I was mild-mannered, I said please, I said thank you. I was raised the right way, and I minded my business, so I wasn't really a troublemaker. Alright, maybe that's cap. But my mom always made sure to keep my ass in check, so I at least tried my best to stay out of trouble. But just like anyone else, I had my breaking points. So this story takes place back when I was about 6 years old, and at this age, I was living my best life. Every day for me was like summer. I would go in the pool like every single day. My mom bought me a motorcycle, and it was dangerous, but it was fun, you know? But that's a story for another day. The point is, my life was peaceful. I was happy. I was relaxed. I lived in a tranquil environment. But just like the downfall of many men, it all came crashing down by the hands of a woman. It all started when my aunt told me we were gonna get a nanny to help her around the house with the kids. And I was kind of excited, to be honest, because even at a young age, I was a ladies' man. So when my aunt told me that we were going to get a woman to take care of me and all of my needs, I was all the way with it. A 25-year-old slim, thick shorty with big old bitties that helped me make some strawberry milk, but also sweet, caring, and gentle. I was in love with this woman before I even met her. So when I was about to open the door to my future wife, my caretaker, my guardian angel, and she was a 60-year-old, angry, mean-mugging witch, and her name was Dora. And I hated that show. My hopes and my dreams were crushed. So naturally I was disappointed, but I didn't know this woman. Maybe she did make some pretty good strawberry milk. So I decided not to judge a book by its wrinkly old cover, and I gave her a chance. But it didn't take long before I found out that I really, genuinely didn't like this woman. And I'm no psychologist, but I know that she genuinely didn't like me either. And it wasn't just me. All the kids in the house, I don't know how to say it, but we all thought she was a bitch, alright? I'm sorry. For example, there was this one time I was chilling in the garage with my uncle and my cousin, you know, doing kid shit, and we all asked her to make us some strawberry milk. You guys know how much I love my strawberry milk. So I became impatient, and I decided to go inside and see what was taking so long for her to bring out the strawberry milk. So when I saw her old, crusty lips drinking my strawberry milk from my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog cup, in that moment, I decided this woman has to die. So I reached for the closest butter knife and I started. Okay. I didn't do that, but I thought about it. So when she brought out the strawberry milk, me, my cousin, and my uncle decided that this woman cannot be trusted, and we walked into the grass and we poured out all of our strawberry milk to signify our hatred for this woman. It was a strawberry milk pact. So Dora knew we hated her, and we knew she hated us. But at the end of the day, she was our nanny. So what could we really do about it? We just had to coexist. Until she crossed the fucking line. So one Saturday morning, I'm sitting on the couch, watching My Life as a Teenage Robot. It was finally the weekend, and I needed my time to relax. Because shit, bro, elementary school was kicking my ass. So I take my time off very seriously. So I'm just sitting there, watching TV, minding my business, and Dora walks up, and she's just staring at me. And I'm just thinking to myself, what the hell does this lady want, man? Like, I know I'm cute, but you don't gotta stare. I'm just gonna ignore her, maybe she'll go away. But after about 45 seconds of her just staring into my soul, I finally acknowledge her existence. What do you want, Dora? Get up. Get up? What do you mean, get up? I said, get up. Hold up. There's 2 whole other couches, and she wants me to get out of my seat? The throne of the living room? This is the only 1-seater couch in the living room. And yeah, it has the best view of the TV, but I was here first. So I looked her dead in the eyes and I said, hell no. And then she grabbed me by the arm, and she yanked me off of the couch. I was literally airborne. Who knew this woman had so much strength? And she looked at me with a sinister smile as she sat down in my spot. Oh, this bitch wanna throw hands for real, huh? My whole body felt hot, and then I was shaking because of how angry I was. And I was holding back tears because I didn't want to give her the satisfaction of making me cry. But what can I do? Fight her? She was a woman. But not only that, she just threw me like a fucking ragdoll. She probably would have whooped my ass. So I came to terms with my predicament, and I did the worst thing I can think of as a 6-year-old kid. I said every single curse word I can think of. I called her every name in the book. I even called her a scallywag. I don't even know what that is, but I seen it on TV once. I was flaming her ass. Long titty, no nipple having ass bitch. If you don't get your ass out of my fucking seat. Or what, FEEK? What are you gonna do? Bruh. My aunt heard everything. And then she whooped my ass in front of Dora. The little annoying smirk that Dora had on her face as I was getting my ass beat is etched into my brain forever. Dora took the dub that day. She took my seat, and then she watched me get my ass beat for it. I'm not gonna lie, that scarred my pride. And later on that night, I opened up to my aunt about Dora, and I told her I didn't like her, and I don't think she liked me either. And even though my aunt didn't tolerate disrespect, she understood how I felt. And a couple of days later, Dora got fired. That's right! Yeah! Who really took the L, Dora? Who's laughing now? Who's sitting on the couch now, Dora? And I bet you guys are expecting a moral, but there ain't no moral. Dora, if I see you in the streets, it's on... Moral of the story is, respect your elders. Jenny wasn't just some regular girl. She was the girl. Jenny was the one. She was the kind of person you wanted to bring home to your mom. The type of person you would want to raise your kids. She just had such a pure heart. She was a very rare breed of human being. Is this person even human? Because she's perfect. How can someone be so nice? I loved Jenny. And honestly, she loved me too. As a friend, yeah. Fucking devastating. Now, some of y'all may know my Uncle Hanif from some of my older stories. He's only 1 year older than me, so we kinda grew up as brothers, but technically he's my uncle. I'll let you do all the family tree math yourself. Now, Hanif didn't know about my crush on Jenny. Actually, no one knew about my crush on Jenny. Which makes no sense, because why else do you think I'm hanging out with her every single day? You think I like being her friend? No guy does that. Guys and girls cannot be friends. And Jenny was so oblivious to my feelings for her, she would tell people right in front of me I was like a brother to her. If a girl ever puts you in the brother zone, just give up. That's it. You gave it your best shot, pat yourself on the back, and keep it pushing. If you do it any other way, you ain't pushing P. So fast forward a little, and my boy Jason, he was throwing this huge party one Friday night. And the word on the street was, this was gonna be the biggest party of the year on some Project X shit. And everyone was going. But more importantly, Jenny would be there. I could go to this party tonight with Jenny, and then we'll have the time of our lives, and by the end of it, she'll realize that I'm the one. And I'm gonna grab that moment by the balls and tell her how I really feel about her. Simple maths. So now me and Hanif are on our way to the party. I'm not gonna cap with y'all, I was daydreaming a little bit. But I must have caught Hanif's attention. Yo, who got you smiling like that? Come on, man, chill. You're tripping right now, dude. If you're fucking with some shorty, you gotta get on it tonight. What do you mean? I mean, tonight's gonna be the craziest party of the year, and a lot of people gonna be getting out of character. Nah, I think deep down, shorty knows she belong with me. Alright, keep playing. She gonna feel something deep down, and it's not gonna be you. He wasn't lying. So Hanif and I take a couple shots in the car, you know, just to loosen up a little bit, because Lord knows I need it. I can't be acting all shy and shit. I open the front door, and immediately my eyes locked with Jenny's. Oh my God, she's beautiful. Yo, one of these hoes is getting slayed tonight. So me and Jenny were sitting in the back smoking, smelling some grass-scented candles and sipping some special flavor Capri Suns. And we were feeling nice. She just kept telling me how much she loves me and how great of a person I am to her. And at this point, the Capri Suns are definitely doing the talking for her. But trust, I did not care. I loved hearing that come out of her mouth. But after a while, I realized my Capri Sun was getting a little empty, and hers was getting a little empty too. So I told her I was gonna go grab both of us some drinks. I'm walking over to the kitchen just to see from the corner of my eye, this nigga Hanif sits right beside Jenny. Hold up, did you not just see me with her this whole time? What is this nigga doing? He's my uncle. He couldn't be doing me like this, right? Then I see this nigga whisper in her ear, and she smiled. What the fuck is so funny, Jenny? This nigga done turned into Dave Chappelle or something? Like, what's going on? Then before I could even make my way back to Jenny, everyone that's not out of the residence that doesn't live here in the next 5 minutes will be leaving in handcuffs. The party is over. Fuck, there goes my night with Jenny. Yo, FEEK, if you and Jenny are too lit to go home, you guys can spend the night in my guest room. I got 3 extra beds in there. My fucking nigga, the fucking GOAT. I am not fucking this up. Yeah, for sure. Yo, Jason, I appreciate it. And right before I could even plot my next move. Yo, Jason, you said there's 3 beds in there, right? I think I might need to spend the night as well. What? Who said that? No, it can't be. I look back, it's fucking Hanif. Is this nigga trying to ruin my night with Jenny? Do we got beef or something? We get into the extra bedroom and off rip, my chances with Jenny goes from 50% to fucking 0. Good night, boys. I'll see you in the morning. I'm really tired. I look at Hanif. Hanif looks at me. I'm still looking at Hanif look at me. And it was an unspoken defeat. Neither of us are getting with Jenny tonight. It was time to go to sleep. Or so I fucking thought. I'm unclear the time frame because I gave up and actually went to sleep. But all I remember was waking up with my back turned to a very consistent sound. No. It can't be. What is this noise? I've heard this sound before. This isn't the sound of sleep, but the sound of cheeks being clapped. But that's impossible. Jenny said she was going to sleep, and she was hanging out with me all night. So Hanif didn't even stand a chance. And I'm in the room. No one is dumb enough to do the nasty with people in the room. Yeah, I'm tripping. And right when I came to my conclusion, no pun intended, the noise stopped. So naturally, I turned my back to check. And I couldn't believe my fucking eyes! Jenny's legs were straight up in the air, and on top of her was the one and only, my uncle, Hanif, going to work on the love of my life. I could literally feel my eyes sinking into the back of my head. I have never seen anything so devastating. All these different emotions were flowing through my body. Yo, I should kill this nigga. This nigga has to die, expeditiously. I'm gonna kill him right now. But then again, he didn't even know. I was too pussy to tell her or him how I felt. So, maybe this was my fault. In the end, I didn't say anything. And I couldn't even really be mad. I didn't tell Jenny, and I didn't tell my uncle. That was Jenny, love of my life. I can't be mad at myself that my uncle was pushing P, literally, and Jenny. I got over it. Yeah, I was down bad. If there's anything I want you guys to know, if you want something, you have to grab it by the balls and take it. No pun intended. I love you guys. Peace. I'm pretty sure everyone's heard the term, nice guys finish last. And if you ask any girl, she'll probably tell you that it's not true, but that is absolutely cap. Nice guys don't only finish last, they don't even get to race. But me, I'm not like those guys. I'm worse. Me? I got a chance to race, but every single time I stepped on the line, my knees will start to shake, my palms start to sweat, and then I'll fall right on my face. So this story is one of those times that I came in dead last, all because I wanted to be too nice. Let's take this back to my junior year of high school. At this time, I was working at an after-school basketball camp, which is pretty ironic because I'm terrible at basketball. But anyway, I'm in the middle of teaching these kids how to play terrible basketball when I got a text message from Jessica. Now, Jessica wasn't just some ordinary girl. Jessica was my high school crush. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know that one girl that you'll think about in the shower?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Nah, I'm just joking with you guys. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? The girl that every time you get a chance to talk to, you start stuttering? Yeah, that was Jessica to me. So the text message said, you should come over. But the responsible kid that I am knew that I was working with children. I can't just leave children wandering around. So I told her I couldn't go. And she responded with, I have OC. And OC means nobody's home. And when a girl tells you that nobody's home, you have no choice but to go. So I ended up telling one of my coworkers that I'm leaving. And he was like, what about the kids? And then I looked him dead in the eyes. And I said to him,
man, fuck them kids, bro.
Then he agreed to cover for me and I left. So fast forward, I'm at her house. And at this point, my nice guy syndrome started to kick in. When you're talking to a girl and she's trying to give you the cheeks, you got about 3 chances to secure the bag. But after that, you're going home cheekless, my friend. So walking in through her front door, I knew that I had to secure the bag at all costs. We can watch some movies or something if you want, but first let's go upstairs. I have to change. So she's dragging me upstairs and I'm thinking, dang, it don't get no easier than this. This is right where I want to be. So I'm sitting on her bed and I kid you not, she starts taking off her clothes right in front of me. So I'm just sitting there watching her. Then she walks past me all the way to her closet, bends over, and then looks back at me and says, stop, you can't look. So I did what any nice guy would do in this situation. I closed my eyes, covered them, and turned around. See, this is one of the side effects of nice guy syndrome. It completely blinds you from all the signs. So that was my strike one. After she got done changing, we went downstairs and we started watching TV. And what were we watching, you may ask? Netflix. Yes, Netflix. The #1 place for catching cheeks. So we're 20 minutes into an episode of Grey's Anatomy, and at this point, I'm emotionally invested. Who knew hospital soap operas were so entertaining? We were just about to find out if this man's daughter had a brain tumor, and then Jessica paused the TV. Do you want to keep watching this or do you want to do something else? Something else? What would we do? You don't got no video games. We wanna play a board game? Nah, it's cool. We can keep watching this. All right. I literally just rejected the cheeks. She wanted to Netflix and chill, but take out the Netflix. She just wanted to chill and let me bust down her cheeks. But again, I couldn't read the signs, hence the nice guy syndrome. Looking back at it, I know she was getting very tired of me very quickly. But all hope wasn't lost. That was only strike 2. I had one more chance. So we're 2 episodes into Grey's Anatomy, and mind you, these episodes are like an hour long, so we've been sitting here for a while. So Jessica gets impatient and makes her move again. Yes, Jessica, not me. She starts cuddling on me and ends up laying on my lap. Now, Grey's Anatomy is good, but at this point in time, I'm looking at Jessica. She's looking at me. I'm getting nervous, but I think I'm finally ready to make my move. And she says to me, I could kiss you right now, but you talk too much. And instead of kissing her, I apologized for talking too much. You dumb nigga. And her face went from kiss me right now to get out of my house. Instead of kissing my high school crush, I ended up talking about how I talk too much for the next 20 minutes. How ironic is that? And there it goes, my 3rd chance, out the window. I'm going home cheating.
You know what they say. Happy wife equals a happy life. And I'm here to tell you firsthand, it's a lie. Girls don't really want happiness. They want adrenaline. They want drama. They need some action. The ups and downs is what keeps them going. Let me explain this in a way everyone can understand. When you go to a theme park to have a good time, would you be standing in the line all excited for a little kiddie ride? Or would you want to get on the ride that's going to make your stomach drop to your ass as you plummet down from heights as high as heaven? Obviously, we all know what the answer is. We're picking certain death every time. And if you disagree, your balls just haven't dropped yet. And you probably don't even have a single strand of hair on your chest. It's okay. Your time will come. Or maybe it won't, who knows?
Lucky my friend's holding me. Don't hold me back.
But when it comes to women, they really want that Disney princess type of love. And you might be thinking, doesn't that contradict everything you just said? Well, if you actually paid attention to the movies past the pink dresses and the fairy dust, you'll notice these bitches were some gangsters. Snow White had 7 side niggas who just so happened to be dwarfs and brothers. Shorty was playing all these 7 guys right in their faces. She literally did not care. Meanwhile, her stepmother wanted her dead, and her main man low-key should have been thrown in prison for unconsensually kissing a drug and unconscious woman.
Lock them up, put them to sleep. See you in the morning, little bastard.
You heard that right. The main prince of this princess story thought it was a good idea to kiss a woman that did not even have consciousness. How the hell did this shit fly? She was okay with it. She's clearly a demon. Then we got Cinderella, who literally was locked in an attic for her entire life. And then she fell for the first rich nigga she laid eyes on. She's a goddamn gold digger. If that man didn't have clout or money, she wouldn't even have blinked in his direction. She was trying to make it out the hood with this guy.
Oh, you like bigger guy? Oh, okay, I respect that, alright?
She saw this nigga and the first thing she thought was, oh yeah, he's about to be a lick. Cinderella probably single-handedly started Hot Girl Summer. She was the first city girl. And don't even get me started with Beauty and the Beast. Oh my god, you guys have to see where I'm going with this. Girls want their princess movie to be full of plot twists and drama. It's just facts. So how can you accomplish the Disney movie effect without the Disney movie budget? Well, just like anything else you can't afford, you settle for the off-brand. Like if you can't get Fruity Loops, you get them Fruit Rounds. When you're feeling like Captain Crunch, you need to get the Gorilla Munch. And when you want Frosted Flakes, you still get Frosted Flakes. Just the great value version.
Wait, no.
So when your shorty wants that Disney movie, you gotta give her that Disney. And you do that by keeping it pimpin' and not simpin'. Oh yeah, you heard me right, brother. Women like some emotion, but never too much. I know it sounds complicated, but trust me on this one. There's an art to not being too hot and not being too cold. It's all a mind game. She needs to think she needs you more than you need her. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should completely play with her emotions. Even even though some women do love them a cheating ass toxic nigga. But the game's like fishing. After she bites, which is the equivalent of showing interest in you, you got them. But if you strong arm it and you try to reel them in too fast, your hook might get undone and she'll swim away. But if you just give it a little tug, make them feel like they got you, after a little game of back and forth, eventually they'll tire out. And then all you gotta do is reel them in. I know it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm really telling y'all this shit from experience. I've been hurt by women. I've tried way too hard, more times than I'm proud to admit. But this one incident, I ain't gonna lie, it might have single-handedly started my villain arc. Her name was Lexi. Beautiful curly hair, dark chocolate skin. Overall, just a beautiful girl. She was funny, smart, and polite. Honestly, the full package. We started casually dating each other and things were good for a while. We never really had disagreements, and we generally vibed with each other. The only elephant in the room was that I had just gotten out of a bad relationship with a different girl that played my dumb ass, and I got cheated on. So even though I liked Lexi, I just wasn't really ready to tie the knot, you know what I'm saying? And even though she was cool with it at first, eventually it would start to bother Lexi and she would just keep asking me the "what are we?" question. And I'm not gonna lie, this girl was head over heels for me. And I'm not saying I didn't like her back, but she was in love with me. I could just tell. And don't let me forget to mention, we did long distance. I lived in Miami and she lived in Tampa, which was like an 8-hour drive. And your boy was broke as shit, so I didn't even have a car at the time. So believe me when I said that she loved me, because even with that being the case, it always felt like we were together because she was making that 8-hour drive for the boy almost every other day. I ain't gonna lie, man, she was a ride or die. Now I know what you're thinking. Wyatt, this girl is clearly a good girl. She's great for you. How in the world did you fumble the bag? Like I said, because of my cheating ex, I always kept this wall up between us. To be honest, I felt like that's what was keeping her so crazy about me. She wanted me so bad, and even though I gave her affection in my time, she still technically didn't have all of me.
Run.
It was all about the chase. And I know this because the plot thickens. So one day, randomly, I started to self-evaluate the situation between me and Lexi. She was good to me. Maybe I should take this wall down and be with her. And that's what I did. I picked up my phone, I called her, and confessed my true feelings for her. I told her that I wanted to make things official. I wanted you to be my girlfriend, Lexi. So please understand how heartbroken I was when right after I confessed my love for her, she hit me with,
"Well, actually, now that you bring that up, I'm feeling like we should take a break because I don't want to move too fast."
Wait, what? Is this the same girl that was driving 8 hours every day just to hang out with me? The same girl who was virtually asking me for a relationship every day? Oh, no. I cannot make this shit up. You're telling me the day I decide to make it official with you, I'm the one that's moving too fast? Hell nah. This shit crazy. Now this is where I should have just taken my L, called it a day, and kept it pushing. But nah, my heart was broken. I was overcome by emotions. My simp power levels were starting to rise to an all-time high. Maybe she just didn't believe me when I said I was ready. Yes, of course. That's exactly what's happening. I need to prove to her that I'm ready to be her man. Oh, brother, this guy's an idiot. The next day, I rented out a car and drove 8 hours to Tampa with flowers and chocolate, determined to prove I was ready to accept her love. I deadass pulled up to her house like one of those niggas standing outside the window with a boombox, ready to sing my heart out. The only difference was, after I got there, she told me I was coming on too hard. She felt like it made her uncomfortable about being in a relationship with me. Boy, how the tables have turned. All I could say is, it was a long and sad car ride home. I couldn't believe it, but I learned something that day. She was chasing me. She wanted me. And the moment I started simping, I lost all my chances of being with her. If I would have gave her space and played it like a G, she most likely would have came back running. But That's just how the game goes. Let this be a lesson to all my fellas out there. You can't ever be too hot or too cold, too high or too low, because in the end, it's the chase that keeps us going.